Hey, it's happening. We're heading up north. We're headed up north in the European League of Football.
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta toss them out. I'm really biting, they just barking out. I'm really riding, they just parking out. His street, what to talk about. See the big H when I'm walking out. Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the Athletes Forum podcast. Shout out to the locker room. You guys know how we do it. And for this specific topic, drop a comment and let's talk this one out. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, share with a friend, and let's keep this thing going. Hey, we're heading up north. And there's a lot we're going to dive into. And I, no lie, wanted to come up here, reacted to the ELF first and second all ELF teams. Wanted to talk to you about that. Wanted to react to the ELF honors that just happened a couple hours ago. Shout out to everybody that won awards. Shout out to Helvetica getting 3 guys that won awards. Shout out to Glenn Tuga MVP. Shout out to all the guys, all the coaches that won awards tonight at the European League of Football. I wanted to dive into it, but there's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger news to talk about. And yes, let's talk about team number 18 heading up north in the European League of Football. And I talked a little bit about this. This has kind of been like the worst kept secret. There were some rumblings happening throughout the year and some news trickling out that this could happen, but it's official. It is finally happening. We are getting a European League of Football team up north, and they are called the Nordic Storm. The Nordic Storm are team number 18 in the European League of Football. Again, we talked a little about this earlier in the year. I went up north and talked to the voice of the North, Mr. Perfect Purvis, just to get his intake on the potential of this happening. I'll drop that episode here, and you'll see what we talked about. But listen to what he said about potential at the time, team number 18 in the European League of Football. There's been talks that ELF team number 18 could be coming up north. And when I say up north, one of the favorite locations would be Copenhagen. Now, Denmark
makes more sense out of all the Nordic countries because it's so close to. That's a good idea. I think that makes more sense out of all the Nordic countries because it's so close to Germany, northern Germany. You could put a team in that division. But when I think like from the football aspect,
let's get real.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like why even do? Like I don't even understand what the point is. Like it don't make no sense to me from the football.
A lot of the good competition is they could compete
in Denmark. It has to be supplemented by Sweden and Finland. And it has to be the situation where Sweden and Finnish players count as domestics, which makes the team Nordic.
All right, so let's talk about it. You heard Perfect Purvis, Vincent Purvis. Shout out to my guy, Voice of the North, covers Finland, but also dabbles into Sweden and Denmark's. But you heard him there. Broke down why it's good, what potential struggles could be. I also dropped a link to that video below to dive into a little bit more. But, hey, team number 18 in the European League of Football, the Nordic Storm, we welcome you to 2025. Now, this is going to be a Copenhagen-based team based on reports and what we're hearing. And they're going to be playing in Copenhagen. I forgot the name of the stadium. I have it here. It's excuse my pronunciations. I'm definitely gonna mess it up, but Gladsaxe Stadium in Copenhagen is where they're gonna be playing their games. You know what? Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. So this is where the Nordic Storm are going to be playing their stadiums. Gladsaxe Stadium, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but whatever. This is the home field for the team number 18 in the European League of Football. All right. Now, what do we know about team number 18? As I mentioned, they're going to be based in Copenhagen. This team was built by a business investment group in Copenhagen that does have experience with the Aarhus Tigers and the Copenhagen Towers. So they got a little background in terms of, football from that aspect of it. Obviously, there's a financial side that we see a lot of new teams may struggle with. But from reading the article, it seems like these teams have ran organizations before in the past. So we'll see how they run the Nordic Storm. Also, looking into this article a little bit more, it seems like they kind of have a vision of and a realistic expectation that this is not going to happen overnight. They had mentioned by 2030 they want to be regularly playoff team, which means that they know it's going to take some time to build that. I don't have a problem with that. This I don't see anything wrong with having those realistic expectations and just seeing how the team's built. This is going to be new. This is going to be new for not only the league, but also that market that we're about to dive into. Some other notes that caught my attention. This will be the first team to have two countries labeled as homegrowns, which gives them a wider variety of players to pick from because their two home bases or most of their players are going to come from Copenhagen and Malmo. All right. But you got these two countries. You may be able to pull some from Stockholm that are going to merge as one. Now, this got me thinking, is this going to be a new rule set into place where a lot of maybe other teams can, dabble to other countries and consider them as homegrowns? I speak with a couple of people. There was one thing out there that Barcelona was trying to get Portuguese players labeled as homegrowns. Maybe Helvetic or Italy can share, their markets. I don't know. I'm just spitballing right now. I don't know what's good, what's bad. I'm just throwing things out there. But these are some of the things that are coming to light. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you guys think. So drop a comment, let me know what you think. But we welcome team number 18 to European League of Football. And with that, we welcome a whole new region, the North. All right, we welcome new homegrown talents, new stars potentially. Who's the next Milan Spiller? Who's the next Robin Vilcek? Who's the next, JFC, Juan Flores Calderon? Who are the next some of those guys that are going to be brought to light on the biggest stage in Europe? Different market. Obviously, we have the Denmark and Malmo market, right? Different market we're tapping into. This is going to be this is a great way to start ELF offseason 25. Obviously, we have the game that I'm sure everyone is going to tune into today. I'm doing this recording Saturday night, but by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be Sunday. So we're about to see once the championship game, things to start to unravel. I'm hearing some things. There's going to be a lot of changes. How certain teams are built is going to be interesting, but we'll see. But let me know what you guys think. Obviously, it brings up certain questions. I want your initial thoughts. I want to know, can they compete? You guys let me know what you think. Do we think more countries should get more other territories labeled as homegrowns, right? Build up that pool a little bit, right? Conference realignment. You could easily take Madrid out the west, bump them down to the central, maybe push Munich to the east, welcome the Nordic team, or you could just keep it as it is because the West was a team that was short a team out of all the conferences. So how does it look? I'm excited. I legitimately want to know what you guys think. So drop a comment. Let's talk it out. Again, worst kept secret. We saw this coming. We saw this being a potential, but now it's a realistic thing heading into ELF all season 25, ELF season 25, right? Who's the coach going to be? My biggest question that I want to see get answered is not only who the coach going to be, but who's the quarterback. All right, because obviously up there, you're watching football. Maybe a lot of other people aren't. They know some guys, that we may not know or we may be introduced to. So who's going to be the quarterback for the Nordic Storm? I like the name. I like the logo. I like the color. Something different. I like how it looks, so far. All right. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to a couple platforms. All right, first one, obviously, my guy, Matt Breslington. I'm sure he's either going to build a team or talk about some of that talent of up north that we may not know about, what the team could look like, some of the homegrowns that could be coming to the ELF, could be coming to play for the Nordic Storm. Go follow his page, Instagram and YouTube. He'll give it all. Right. Next, Pro Football Sweden. Welcome. We got to dive into them now and see, who are some of the guys we're about to get introduced to, because some of these guys you're going to see on the field next season. All right. A couple other guys I want to give a shout out to. Shady Sports Network, Mike Washington, Randy Schrader. Randy Schrader played for the Copenhagen Towers, also played for the Stuttgart Surge. They do a show every Tuesday on YouTube. I'm excited to see what their thoughts are and, how this team could possibly look like. Maybe some guys we should keep an eye out for. Again, that's a lot to talk about. Fourth down fiasco. I'm sure they'll dive into it. I'm sure ELF Live, Nick, and again, Matt will dive into it there. This is an exciting time. I'm excited to get you guys' thoughts. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. ELF team number 18 is the Nordic Storm. The ELF is going up north, and they're going to tackle Copenhagen and Malmo. Man, I mean, it's an exciting time. Thank you all for tuning in. Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Share this video with a friend. Heading into the European League of Football Championship game. Again, I got the Vikings winning 34-28. Reese Horn MVP. 4 seasons down. We'll see how it pans out. But the league is expanding and creating news in Europe all over again.